My name is Jillian Spikes, and today I'll be demonstrating how to prepare collard greens. So collard greens have been a staple in the African American community for many years, part of the culture that we would call soul food cooking. So this recipe that I actually have today, with a little help from thekitchen.com, has been passed down from my great-grandmother to my mother, and then eventually down to me. So the first part of cooking collard greens is actually the preparation stage. So with that, you want to do all your steps to get ready to cook your greens. The next step is actually going to be the seasoning, and that's where you're going to use a few different things just to spice them up to give your greens that flavor. And then lastly is going to be the cook time. What you want to do to make sure that you have the perfect cook on your greens, that they're not too mushy but still not too hard. So let's get started. So the first thing that you want to do when you have your greens, in order to cook them, you want to take your turkey leg, wash that off, and then place that in your slow cooker with just coating the bottom with a little chicken broth. That's going to start to build that flavor and give you that meat in there that makes your greens nice and flavorful and chunky. So after we do that, we're going to take our greens, after we tear them apart and actually roll them together like a burrito. Just go ahead and roll them down, and then we're going to actually chop them apart with a knife here and slice into pieces. So they'll be like little sushi rolls at that point. And at that moment, we're going to take them and place them in the water to actually rinse them thoroughly. These have actually been sitting in here for a while, so they're actually ready to come out. But what you want to do is just wash them around, take your spout, rinse them off. Make sure that you get all of the grains, the dirt, the pesticides. We want to get rid of all of that. So I traditionally say you can let them sit for usually about 10 to 15 minutes in some scalding hot water after you rinse them off, just to get rid of everything. Once that's complete, you want to take your colander, just like this. Take about a handful, so you may get wet of greens, and go ahead and place them on the colander to drain out. Once that water has drained, you want to come right over to your slow cooker and go ahead and place them right on top of the turkey leg, on top of the broth. You just want to place them on top so they start to make a bit of a mountain on top. So see, we don't have quite enough in there yet. We can put a little more. So we want to go back, get another handful, take that out of the water, go ahead and let it drain in the colander before we take a step over back to the slow cooker. Once we're at the slow cooker, we want to go ahead and put that next pile right on top there. So that's going to create all the preparation that we need to go ahead and start our collard greens. So go ahead and place the colander down. You won't need that for a while. And place the top back on your slow cooker. The next thing that we're going to get into is seasoning, and that's what creates that flavor, that pizzazz, and really gives you the independence to make your greens any flavor that you want. Today I'll be using a few different things just to give my greens a little flavor. I'll be using seasoning salt, crushed whole peppercorns, onion powder, red chili flakes, and garlic salt. In addition, I'll be using some fresh garlic and some chopped onion. So with the onion, you want to go ahead and slice off a piece. Go ahead and place that on your cutting board, and you just want to go ahead and slice in just small pieces. Just go ahead and slice that apart. But they can be about medium-sized chunks. They don't need to be too small. And go ahead and round that together. And we're going to go ahead and place that just right on top of the greens that we have in the slow cooker. So no need to mix them around or anything. You can spread them apart, but go ahead and place them right on top of the greens that we placed in the slow cooker, just to add some flavor on top of that. Then next we're going to take our fresh garlic. We're going to go ahead and use that. That's already been minced, and this is in olive oil, so it's going to give it a little more flavor here, and just shake that across just like you did the onion for some additional flavor, because garlic tastes great on pretty much everything. And then with the spices, there's no need to measure here. You just want to give it how you feel. So take your time to go across with the seasonings, however you want to take that. I'm going to use a bit of the seasoning salt, the crushed black pepper, the garlic salt. I don't get too crazy with the red chili flakes. It depends on your spice level here. And then that's also going to include a bit of the onion powder. So as far as seasoning, that's what you want to do here. Just go ahead and liberally pour all of those. Once those are in there, no need to mix them around. You can go ahead and place your slow cooker top back on, and then you're going to allow those to just set, because greens will cook down until they get to a nice even feel. So we have our greens here, and the last thing we have to worry about is cook time. Proper cooking is key, because without that you can end up with greens that are too mushy or greens that are still fresh. So with the crock pot, you want to go ahead and place the temperature on high, and you want to do a minimum of 6 hours. That will allow your greens to be perfect. That'll give you a nice cook on the greens and allow enough time for the meat to fall right off of the bone, so you can mix everything together to eat your greens as a meal with your turkey, or you can use it as a perfect side dish in addition to any meal. And they're always a better green vegetable option than peas. Thank you for today and allowing me to show you how to cook collard greens. Have an amazing rest of your day.